It is still not set in stone. But grab your calendar and write down. October 31st this year, a major update of our closed demo. And that is a demo that is available to our early access holders and private sale investors. We add a whole new look and feel, and most exciting, we add 3D environments. Every tile on the map of Cryptopia can be entered, and when you do, a whole new 3D world loads where you can walk around, sail around, swim. It looks very cool and allows for many, many fun mini games and expands our gameplay. First quarter of 2023, our open beta. Yes, our open beta is finally there. Everyone can play our game on the testnet, so no real crypto yet, all test tokens. But as an early access holder, you are allowed to take the test resources you find on the testnet to the real game on the mainnet, the all-you-can-carry principle. Then, if everything goes according to plan, in the second quarter of 2023, we will start our public sale of our Cryptopia token CRT, so everyone can get in and buy our token. Very exciting, and really looking forward to do this together with you. Now, let me show you our updated roadmap. It is publicly accessible via the link below. So this is our roadmap. We put it in ClickUp, so it's easier for us to keep it up to date, and it's also, I think, very user-friendly for you. You can open each individual item, and when you see the indicator that there is a text, there is actually something in there. So for instance, for the early access NFTs, you can open it and then you see what it is, and if possible, if available, if applicable, we link to the resources that are related to it. In this case, a YouTube video. It can also be a blog post or just images. You can scroll around, and as you can see, we are now in Q3, still working very hard on the in-tile scene. So from the world map, you can load into a tile, and then you see, for instance, this world. And of course, you not only can walk around, but you can actually do things there. And we are busy now making it possible for you to capture the creatures that are available in a tile. So not every tile will have creatures, but some tiles will have creatures. And then you can get in and try to capture them and mint them. Very cool.
Very cool.
Also working on the intel scene phase 1, we call it phase 1. So what I just explained, it looks like this. So when there's water, you will load in your boat, and from your boat you can jump into the water, as you see here, and swim around, make landfall, walk around there. Also, there are day and night cycles, so there's light, and yeah, it's really cool. Then the most important thing in the fourth quarter, so in October, we plan it on October the 31st. We will have the major update of the closed demo, phase 4, we call it. So this is for the early access holders and the private sale investors. And then in the first quarter of next year, we will have the open beta, so it's accessible for everyone, so everyone can play our game and test it out for themselves.
Yeah, exciting times, yeah.
In the second quarter, we will start our public sale. I see it's not even in there, but I will add it so it will be visible for you when this video is available for you. And of course, we also continue developing and adding features. So we plan all these things in that second quarter. And that means that we will have the battles, so the PvP battles, so you can use your companion and fight other companions. We also work on a breeding game, so you can use animals or creatures or pets and breed new ones. We will add the first couple of quests into the open beta. And of course, we will start selling our node license NFTs. To be determined, this part, we have to complete it. There are many more things, but we will add them gradually. One of the important things we want to communicate to you is that it is also possible to have a relation in Cryptopia. Of course, you can have it, but in this case, we formalize it. It's possible for you to have a marriage in Cryptopia. So that's also very interesting and very fun. Alright, this concludes our video on our updated roadmap. I hope you are as excited as I am about the major updates coming in October and next year. If you have questions, please visit our Discord and we are more than happy to answer these. If you are new to our game, do check our website and of course our Discord. Also, listen to our podcast. It's very fun and informative. Thank you so far for watching. Take care and see you soon. Bye bye.
All right, so our Chief Topia himself giving the updates for Cryptopia. Once again, thank you very much, guys, for coming here today. I know that you guys are all busy, that you have all, your lives to go ahead and live, but you're here, and we want to celebrate that. We want to thank you and appreciate you for being here with us. Again, this is the Industrial Faction AMA of Cryptopia. Peter Nolan representatives here, and we have a very special guest. Again, we have Hans, the co-founder of Cryptopia, who is representing the Industrial Faction. Say hi to Hans, guys. There you go.
Hi, everyone.
The flex, the flex. All right. Okay. So I'd just like to go ahead and share, guys, that this is the third faction week that we have hosted with the team and community members who represent each week's faction. As for tonight, we are here to celebrate the Industrial Faction, as I've said, and this is a stage where we can all ask questions and just be ourselves. Don't think of Hans as like a very special person, because I know that he is, but think of him as your friend, your colleague, so that way you won't be shy asking him questions, because again, it's not every day that we have him here on stage for you guys to ask. And so if any one of our listeners would like to go ahead and ask questions, just unmute yourselves and just ask away. Okay to interrupt, as long as you are interrupting for a reason. All right. So to introduce the panel again, my name is Laudy, and I'm the community manager of Cryptopia. I am also from the Industrial Faction, and we also have Rainiel, who is one of our moderators here in Cryptopia, and Kyle, who was once a moderator of Cryptopia but now is promoted to a new role. He is now assisting in the development side of things. So I just like to go ahead and emphasize on this, because in Cryptopia, just like in the Industrial Faction and the Adventurer mode, you can level up. There is a career for you in Cryptopia. So there's a career path. So you're going to start off as a moderator, and if the team and management sees your potential, and if you are good at what you do, we will handpick you and put you in places where you can definitely grow and blossom into who you want to be. And I'm sure Kyle can attest to his satisfaction in his new role, right, Kyle?
Hey guys.
There you go.
Thank you for introducing me. Yeah.
All right, absolutely. And so again, and yes, we have here Hans, who is also one of the Industrial Faction representatives here in Cryptopia. So before we go through each one of our takes on the Industrial Faction, I'd just like to go ahead and inform that the Industrial Faction light paper has been released. It's now up on the website, so all that you got to do is go to the website, click on faction, and then choose the Industrial Faction. Right at the bottom, there would be the light paper of the Industrial Faction there. It's going to explain to you the game tactics of the Industrial Faction, and you can also share this with your friends, so that way they would get to know what the Industrial Faction is, and they would realize that it's the best faction in Cryptopia.
Absolutely. And Laudy, I also see Mr. Gin, our biggest tycoon player so far in the chat.
Yes, Mr. David,
Hello.
say hello.
Hey, Mr. David. Are you there?
It looks like he's busy, but he is listening.
Yeah.
He is listening, I'm sure. He is the admiral of the fleet, Mr. David. There you go. So let's go ahead and take each one of the Industrial Faction members' take on the Industrial Faction. So let's go ahead and start with Kyle.
Hey guys, my name is Kyle from the Philippines. Hey, the most hated industrial faction member. Kidding aside, I joined Cryptopia late last year when we only had I think 200 plus members. Yeah, it's been a year since I became a member of this server, and I can proudly say that I'm a pioneer of Cryptopia. Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you very much, Kyle. So, why did you choose the industrial faction over the other factions?
Oh, that's tough. For me, what
It
I've been
shouldn't be
looking
tough,
in the game.
Kyle.
Oh, what I've been looking in the game is that I can earn. Yeah, I want to maximize the profits. Yeah, and do business as much as possible. Yeah, and
Wow.
my tip is to build a great connection between your co-faction members or with the other faction. Yeah, except with the eco faction. So that way you can lift each other up.
Yes, yes. So, the goal of the game is to reach the top and remain on
For
top.
the eco,
For
for the
eco.
green one, for the eco faction, guys.
Jason Statham with the guns.
In the house.
All right. So for me, one of the reasons why I joined the industrial faction when I originally applied for my role here in Cryptopia, I was looking over the website, and I'm a stats freak, right? So I enjoy looking at stats and optimizing things and making sure that when I do play the game, when I do play Cryptopia, I'd be maximizing it and having the most gains. So one look at the industrial faction stats and its philosophies, and I was like, you get maximum profit with little downsides. The downsides are you're not being cooperative with the eco faction. Who cares about the eco faction, right? So I said to myself, when I do finally own a land tile, and once I do finally own a blueprint, I will build a coal mine or a factory or what have you, and then have maximum output, because if you're a member of the industrial faction, one of the benefits of it is that the resource that you output from your facilities would be greater than the other factions. So you'd be able to sell more, you'd be able to swap more, and if you do, let's say for example, you have a power plant that you built in Cryptopia, and it's a coal power plant, right? You'll
Correct.
be able to go ahead and create or produce a lot of energy or a lot of electricity, which is very in demand in Cryptopia, with the downside of just producing carbon emission in the atmosphere, which is actually very beneficial for an industrial faction member, right? So what I can say is that, guys, right now, if you're planning on playing the game, or if you are planning on choosing a faction in Cryptopia, I would suggest that you choose the industrial faction, and I would like to have you guys join me once I have a land tile in Cryptopia. Let's all join together and surround the eco faction, so that way their effects on us are very limited, and the carbon emission in Cryptopia will benefit us if there's only a few eco faction members in Cryptopia. So yeah, join Cryptopia, mint an early access ship, and mint the early access ship for the industrial faction, and so that way we will all be successful. We will be earning. We will all be earning in Cryptopia. So yeah.
Correct. We definitely have to work together. And
Yes.
when we purchase the tiles in Cryptopia, we have to make sure that we buy them close to each other. Then we can make a strong, strong tiles next to each other and build our facilities there. Because exactly what Laudi is saying, when the eco faction is surrounding us, yeah, the carbon print is not in our favor. So we have to make sure to cooperate, work together, help each other, and then we all will be fine. I'm sure about it.
Yes, there you go. From the man himself. And so up next we have Rainiel. Rainiel, can you share with us what it means to do business in Cryptopia and what makes the most profit against other factions?
Well, guys, I see John Smith is in the house.
Oh, John Smith,
Oh.
you spy. A spy.
So I'm not sure if we can say. Let's let him listen. No worries.
Hello guys, am I audible? Can you guys hear
Go
me?
ahead.
Yes, we can hear you. Go.
Yes.
Can I ask you again, Laudi, what was your question? Because I couldn't understand the last.
So why did you choose the industrial faction first of all?
So I did choose the industrial faction way back a few months ago because of the faction quiz, I think, that was made by Cryptopia.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused what faction I should choose because all of them are equally great on their own. And that's when I took the quiz, and the quiz told me that I'm an inheritor of Peter Nolan because my heart belongs in the industrial faction. So that quiz helped me identify what faction that I'm really, let's say, my heart is attuned with. So that's why I joined industrial faction. So far, my journey with industrial faction is good until now. So far, I have been great with my co-inheritors and with Peter Nolan himself.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yes. Do you have any gameplay strategies for us when you start playing the game in Cryptopia, Rainiel?
Oh, when we talk about gameplay strategies, it depends on every player. But for me, I would like to build more storage facilities so that I can mine properly. I can mine resources properly so that I can build my empire at a faster rate because I have high storage capacity. And with high storage capacity, you can build more buildings and you can have more resources, right? So that means you're gonna earn more. And with the bonus of the industrial faction stats, I can actually build more buildings because I am profiting more from them than in any other faction.
Okay, good to know, Rainiel. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. And so, Hans, I'll give you the stage right now. It's always been a
All right,
mystery
thank
to
you.
us. It's always been a mystery with us. Because ever since the game has started, you've always done Peter Nolan's picture on all of your profiles. Is it true that Peter Nolan is based on you?
Well, no one knows. I think Peter Nolan is just Peter Nolan. And Mr. David, is it possible that you mute? Or, Laudi, can we mute him from here?
Oh, there you go. Mr. David, can you speak now?
Thì kệ cho tôi nghĩ là nó đưa lên tên hoặc của anh anh và
Okay.
ta nói là con rồi
All right.
ok
So, yeah, well, a few words to Mr. David. It's really amazing what he has done to Cryptopia. Mr. David, are you there?
anh cảm ơn
I'm not sure if he's muted right now, but he's from Vietnam, and so far I can't understand.
Let me just mute him for a moment. It looks like he's talking to a business partner right now.
Yeah. That's correct.
Yes,
Maybe he's telling others about Cryptopia in Vietnam.
Yes, definitely. He actually never stops in promoting Cryptopia. He always sends pictures of him meeting business partners, wearing the Cryptopia shirt, right?
Yeah.
So he's a very
Laudi, are you able to mute him as a moderator, or was
I have. Let me unmute him and then
Họp
let's see if he can talk.
trên chết à? Qua bên dưới thôi.
I think he's
Qua
speaking
dưới
in
còn
Vietnamese.
còn ít được.
for sure.
Làm cấp thì đỡ con vừa ấy rồi. Thứ hai là
All right.
đau hết cả chân luôn.
I don't hear him speaking anymore. So yeah, a big mystery. Well, maybe then I can tell something about myself to make the mystery a little bit less. I'm Hans Leek. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 45 years young, and I grew up with my mother and with my brother in a small village in the Netherlands. So actually, I had a very good youth. Have something, we had to work for it, which in my opinion, it's an excellent strategy to raise kids. So from young age, I tried to start working already by washing cars, walking the paper, even baking cakes for our neighbors, and to try to make some money with it. Later, I started working in a restaurant, and I just stepped in the restaurant and I said, I want to work here, and I want to show that I work good. So you can test me out. I will work for free the first week, and if you like me, because I was convinced of myself that they would like me, you can hire me for weekend jobs. And well, actually, I directly got a job. I start working, and they never let me go, because everything I do full passion and with all my heart, and I do 100%, 120%. So from there, I grew in that restaurant. I helped in the kitchen. I worked behind the bar. I worked in surfing. I got actually the manager over there on quite a young age. So yeah, that was good. I did a hospitality school, and then I found out that working in the in the restaurant business, in the hospitality business, is very good if you have a study, if it's a side job. But if it's a full-time job, it's difficult to build something for yourself. And because I'm always inside an industrial, I want to build like an imperium. So from that moment, I thought I need to have a job where I can build things which are getting bigger and which is sustainable. Mr. David. Otherwise we have to remove him, and I can ask in
Yes.
in WhatsApp real quick, if you guys don't mind.
Mr. David, can you hear us?
David, can you mute, please?
Let me mute. Ashley, can you mute him, please? Thank you.
I'm not sure if I can do it, but I ask him.
There you go. Ashley already did it. There you go.
Okay. So, all right. So anyway, I started with my brother. We started a new company, and we started making web pages for second-hand car dealers. And our trick was to do it so cheap and so good that they really don't have any reason to go to a competitor. No one did it better and for a better price than we did. So in the beginning, it was very tough to get the first client, the first 10, the first 20, the first 100. But after, let's say, 2 years, we got like 200, 300 clients, and then they paid us monthly, and then every month we had recurring income, right? So every client we got extra, it was better for us, or it was good for us. So we could invest more in the company, keep working hard, let the database grow, and then suddenly we found out that we could do way more with the database, with all the clients, than just making a web page for them. We could help them in finance, for selling the cars, and or with the insurance. We could do the Google optimization for them. We could do administration. We built it in our system so they could do that. Anyway, in one moment, and I never forget, we were always ignored by our competitors because they were bigger and they were better, nicer office, blah blah blah. But in one moment, the clients from that expensive and good competitors, they came to us, and not one or two, but tens a week. So that was the moment that they were very scary and that they had to buy us. So they should give us an offer we couldn't refuse, because if they didn't, we would have destroyed them. Anyway, for us was also a good moment because we were like busy with the company for, let's say, 14 years. And if you're such a long time in a company, it's nice to build, but to continue the company, that's a total different game with 25 people on the roll, and also the problems what it gives. And anyway, it was an exact, but the time was exactly right to sell our company. So we did. And with the money we received, we started to buy real estate to rent it out. So that's maybe a start of a tycoon play, of an industrial player. So I see it if I connect it to Cryptopia. From that moment, that was like 2017, but in 2016 I already started with investing in cryptocurrency coins. We did tricky things. We bought miners in China. We paid them with Bitcoin. We found out it was a fake one. We sent Bitcoin to a wrong account, like let's say 30 Bitcoin. By then it was not that much, but it would have been a lot right now, right? 30 Bitcoin. Anyway, the thing is, we never gave up. And I said I did with Frank. So when we found out that we were scammed, we directly said, forget about it. We go through and we will do even better. So we did. We switched over to Ethereum. We had a mining farm in China, mined Ethereum, while Ethereum was still at $5, one Ether. So in the end, we have seen the, how you say that, we have seen the tops and we have seen the lows. But that's a thing you get stronger and stronger. So after that, we also did some other ICOs. We did our own ICOs back in 2017. We promised our investors to bring options and futures to the blockchain, but due to the regulations, that was too early to do that, because there were no regulations yet by then. So we couldn't get a permit to start at one. So why I say from there we helped also other ICOs with raising funds with Frank, his smart contract or his smart contracts, and I helped them with investors, with marketing, with all kind of stuff. And then that was 2.5 years ago. We had the idea to make a blockchain game, and I guess we were far away ahead. because 2.5 years ago, no one spoke about a blockchain game. No one spoke about a metaverse or anything like that. Right now, everyone is speaking about it, but all the others are like two and a half way. We are 2.5 years ahead of them, right? So for the question why you chose industrial faction, I think I am an industrial. I feel like an industrial, and I want to share that with everyone. So it's not my purpose to only go in Cryptopia and earn as much money as possible. I also see it like Cryptopia needs tycoon players to give adventure players a future, a job, a work. So because I will invest in Cryptopia. I will do that with this amazing faction. You can join me. We can work together. We can share. Everything is possible. So that's actually the main reason I chose the industrial faction, and I'm so happy with this amazing crowd who is in the industrial faction as well. So feel free to ask me any question. You can do it now, you can do it later. I'm in Discord, I'm in Skype. Most of you guys know me already, so feel free to ask anything you like. Back to you, Lally.
All right, amazing story. I really like the fact that when you said you have to earn it, and it's a great way to raise a child. If you want something, you have to earn it, and so that's the same philosophy that we are applying in Cryptopia, because essentially nothing is for free. You have to work on it. You have to invest in yourself, invest in Cryptopia in order for you to get what you want and then get what you get to your dreams per se. Because as you can see, Hans started out being a waiter. Started with zero, right? A newspaper, baking cakes, to this.
Correct.
So the lesson here is nothing is impossible as long as you give it your 120%, as long as you believe in yourself, and do whatever you can.
Everyone can do it. I always say success is a choice.
Success is a choice. There you go. Yes.
100%.
You cannot say that Hans is a lucky. No, because he worked hard for everything that he has right now. So thank you very much, Hans, for sharing that wonderful story. I'm sure everyone in the listeners right now are inspired after hearing that. Yeah, definitely. And so guys, at this point, you now have the floor. If you have questions for Hans, for me, for everyone in the industrial faction, or about the game itself, if you have any questions, please, the mic is yours. I encourage you guys to ask questions. We have here our founder on stage right now. Do you guys have any questions? How about in event chat? Do we have any questions there? Moderators, can you help me? All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see in the chat if there is any questions there.
Maybe John Smith has a question.
Oh, John Smith.
He's speechless.
John Smith. You have to wait for your turn. Your turn is next week.
Maybe I can ask a question. Is Aki there?
Aki, are you here? I think there you go. Yeah, Aki is here. Yeah.
Because hey, Aki, how are you? Our wonderful moderator. Good. So maybe you can share with us why you chose the industrial faction. if you feel comfortable with that.
Oh, um, yeah, uh, like I said before, is I have experiences in business industry. I started do online sellings before and try different businesses. And I think when I joined Cryptopia, I think this is the factions that fits for me.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely correct. It's a good explanation. Thank you so much for that.
Yes. One of the good things about the industrial faction that I really like is the early access ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the most beautiful ship.
It's the most beautiful ship. But on top of that, if you take a look at the ship itself, it's not the fastest. It's not. It's actually the slowest ship. But one good thing about it is that its storage capacity. As an
Absolutely.
industrial
There you go.
player, it's built for the industrial faction because as an industrial player, you'll be earning more resources. So you need more storage capacity for you to fit the resources that you're gonna sell or swap to other players. And in Cryptopia, that is very important. And also on top of that, I'm sure you guys know already that one of the early access benefits is for you to bring resources from the final version of the testnet all the way to the mainnet. And one thing that allows you to do that is storage capacity for your early access ship, guys. So
Maybe if I can give you a good tip, try to get involved with Mr. Din, Mr.
Yes.
David in Billionaire, because he has almost 200 early access ships, but he cannot play them all by themselves, right? So if you don't have an early access ship, but you want benefit and share some profits, reach out to him and tell them why you are the person to help playing him and get his ships loaded with resources for mainnet.
Yes, there you go. That's one of the reasons why we have Mr. Din here. He's the admiral of Cryptopia because he has the most early access ships to date.
Absolutely.
And he plans to mint more, actually, right?
Yeah. He's not stopping at all. He wants more early access ships. He wants step into the CRT, our token. So no, he's not finished yet. He's just started.
Yeah, so Mr. Din is one of our VIPs here in Cryptopia, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for the tips,
Yeah.
Hans. Yeah,
Hi, Mr. Din. Mr. David.
we can't hear Mr. David.
Well, I'm sure he is busy with the Vietnam community. He has a lot of followers in Vietnam.
Yes.
And he just translate our script, why you should invest in Cryptopia, into the Vietnamese language. And he has already a lot of positive feedback for that. So, yeah. Actually, Vietnam, correct me if I'm wrong, is one of the biggest crypto countries in Asia.
Yes.
Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
Yes.
Yeah. If you look at the population and the people who are involved in crypto, Vietnam, in my opinion, Vietnam is number one. So, yeah, that's excellent that we have Mr. David there as our special ambassador to spread the word about Cryptopia in Vietnam. So the future looks bright.
Definitely. And one day, Cryptopia will visit Vietnam. And
Sure.
we're gonna introduce ourselves to the community there, and hopefully by going there, they mint more ships in Cryptopia.
100%, Lavi.
For sure. Speaking of minting, Hans made this is not industrial related, but Hans mentioned this in the past, and I remembered just now. Let's say, for example, we only have 10,000 ships, right?
Yeah.
And let's say, for example, that everything has been minted already. But what if there's only a few pirate ships that were minted? Those pirate ships will be unique. Let's say out of 10,000, only 100 pirate ships were minted. The pirate ships will be extra special.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah. Then they will raise like crazy, maybe to 10, 20 ether. Who knows? But right now, what we can see, and that's thankfully to another community from Pinky.
Yes.
We were there last Saturday, and only that day they already minted like 50 pirate ships. So yeah, the pirate ships are also very popular. But we have ships with their own flag. So if you choose a country which is not that popular, like America or yeah, whatever, and there are only a few minted, yeah, they will be collector's items. That's absolutely true.
Yes.
So, but I think, in my opinion, if you see the opportunity, there are 3.5 billion people who are playing games in this world. 3.5 billion. And the gameplay will make a transfer from, I would call it the normal games, to blockchain games.
Yes.
To make it, yeah. So if only 10% of that players will make a transition to blockchain games, you're already speaking about yeah, what is it? 1.5 trillion people, which is huge. And how many blockchain games are there who are 100% on the blockchain, serverless, and already with a sustainable gameplay? Not so much. So I guess our potential is way more than only 10,000 early access ship players. I think our potential is maybe 100 million players. So
Yes.
if we start in the first year with 100,000 players, yeah, you need an early access ship to get a tile, to get into Cryptopia at first. So it's a huge benefit to have an early access ship, for sure. Huge.
Yeah. Yes, and one thing that I really like about the gameplay that we have in Cryptopia is that the tycoon players, they do not shut down the adventure players. The more tycoon players that we have, the more that the adventure players will benefit from them. More tycoon players will benefit adventure players. So if you're coming in as a free-to-play player, you don't have to worry about, oh, I need to compete with the tycoons. They're rich. They have a lot of money to invest in Cryptopia. No. Just like what Hans said earlier, Mr. David, the people like Mr. David are here to help free-to-play players, because Mr. David can't play all those 200 ships, right? At some point, he is going to allow you to use those early access ships in order for free-to-play players like you to benefit from that. All right. Oh, hi, Chidon.
Chidon, afọla mụ akpọga m ka afọla mụ.
I'm sorry, Chidon. We do not understand what you're trying to say. Can you repeat that?
Sorry, I was asking about some stuff about it, to know when this thing is going to launch, because a lot of persons of my downlines are introducing this thing to buy that Cryptopia. They have been asking me such question. When are we deploying this thing into the system? And when it's going live and the rest of it all. So let me ask. I don't know if you can throw more light on it, the area we are now.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So, right now the game is under development, but on October 31st, we are going to do a big demo launch available to our early access players. So, if you have an early access ship, you can definitely get the chance to download the demo that we're going to launch on October 31st. And around Q2 or Q3 of next year, we will be launching public beta for everyone, so that way you can try the game out.
Okay, you're saying that from next year that the system is going to be live from next year and we'll start making use of it and it's the maintenance and rest of it, all right?
Yes, public beta is on Q2 or Q3 of next year.
Okay.
So yeah,
That's
so
nice.
if you have downlines, or if you have people in your community that you would like to promote Cryptopia to, I definitely suggest that you go to our YouTube channel. There are instructional videos there and promotional videos explaining how Cryptopia works. Or I could actually send you a DM sharing
Yeah, I
you
need that.
the roadmap that we have. Let me go ahead and share that with you right now, okay?
Okay,
All
that's
right.
good. That's good.
I'll send it to you right
But
now via
my
DM.
downlines will need it. They will need it a lot to put them through the system.
Oh yes, definitely, and I thank you for encouraging your downlines to be interested in Cryptopia. May I ask, from which country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay, this is the first time that I'm hearing about you. Where did you learn about Cryptopia?
Through Dazio. My Dazio.
Daxio. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you very much for being so interested in Cryptopia. Again, I don't know if you have been to the previous events that we had in Phuket, with Daxio. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
know about that.
I see. Well, that's okay. If you want to know more about Cryptopia, this is the place. I'm your guy. I'll definitely help you out. And if you need someone to do a video or to do a live event for your community, I'm your guy. And just reach out to me. I'll go ahead and talk to your community. Okay.
All right. Just don't forget to send me the links and the rest of it in order way to connect you and everything.
Oh, sure. I just
I'll
sent I sent it to you right now.
Okay.
All
Thank you very
right.
much.
You're
Happy
welcome,
to-
Chidan. Thank you very much for coming into our AMA. Do you have? So we're talking about the factions right now of Cryptopia. Are you aware that in Cryptopia we have factions that you can choose from?
No, I'm not really aware of that right now.
I see. Well, definitely. I suggest that you go to our YouTube channel. We have videos there explaining all of that. What are the benefits of joining each faction? So that way you can make an informed decision, because it really matters gameplay wise when you start playing Cryptopia.
Okay,
All
no
right.
problem. I'll do just that.
Perfect.
that.
All right.
Thank you
What
very
time
much.
is it in Nigeria right now?
Yeah, this is 10:49 a.m. in Nigeria.
Oh, good morning to you, Chidan. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you. We have our founder here. Do you have a question for him?
Not really. He just answered everything I need, and the rest things I will need to know through the YouTube channel. I got to know everything, so no need for any question for now. At least for now.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent. And Laudi, I want to, in front of everyone, I want to give you huge compliments how you make the videos for the Cryptopia Academy. It's really amazing.
Thank you. You can only do so much when you are inspired and your management gives you the power to do those things. So thank you very much, Hans, the Cryptopia management. All right. With that being said, I guess this is it. Do you have any last questions, everyone, for Hans or for the Industrial Faction members? If not, I bid you farewell. I hope that you choose the industrial faction when you finally play the game. Mint your early access ships right now. It's only for 0.1 ETH. And if you think about its benefits in the long term, how you're able to bring resources from the final version of the testnet to the mainnet, if you think about that, you know, the 0.1 ETH outweighs the benefits that you will be earning from that early access ship. So with that being said, guys, again, thank you so much for attending our industrial faction AMA. See you everyone in Cryptopia. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. Good night. Have a great dinner.
Okay.
Ciao.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.